Hi, I'm Kieran. I'm with CCG on the Streets. And I am with
Drew.
Nice to meet you, Drew.
Nice to meet you, my friend.
All right. So, first thing I'm going to ask is, do you believe that a pharmaceutical company gave over 2 billion shots of a vaccine for free because they care about us?
No.
Thank you very much. I'm going to go over these questions here. Now, no.
Okay.
Be honest. Unless it's going to protect you, then
Yeah.
lie through your damn teeth. Abortion. What are your thoughts on abortion and why?
I think it should be allowed, in my personal opinion. I've known people in my life who unfortunately had to, give birth due to some circumstances not of their own. So I do believe that I think it's very circumstantial. I don't think it's I don't think it's as yes or no. I think
It's not as cut as dry, right?
Yeah.
Now, black and white. I was actually conceived with. So I was told. My nana was also conceived with, so I wouldn't have been if abortions were a thing back then. Now, I honestly do think that it should be a choice in those situations. I think it should be a choice in situations where somebody's life depends on it. But I think it should not be a choice if it's if somebody's just using it as a form of birth control. If somebody doesn't want to have a kid, they should either use birth control methods, and if those don't work, they should just accept it. Or they should just not have sex. Most of us want to have sex. I know I do a lot. So I'm gonna accept whatever comes.
Okay, that's fair.
That's personal. I'm not pushing that. I am, but I'm not. Okay, so now apparently, while doing these interviews, I found out a lot of people that don't like me. Normally, they're people that are coming here and they just say that white people shouldn't have control of the countries, white people cause problems, all these things. And I'm like, okay, so that's a question I should ask them. I should ask them, what do you think about white people? Now, for you, it might be kind of, what do you say? You might be biased. What do you think of white people?
Yeah, we're not thinking about white or black people.
Anybody. Well, what do you think about white people? Because that's the question that's come up.
For me personally, I don't really care. I treat everyone individually. I don't really care if they're black, white, whatever the case may be. I think there are general
differences,
stereotypes, if you will, certain races use more turmeric in their food. That is true. Well, it's true. It is true, but I think I think everyone for the most part is individual, and I don't really generalize things. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely. I tend to agree. I say, well, some people definitely use more turmeric, but I would say that you have to judge people on their merit and what they want. So if somebody wants to come here and they want to live like us, absolutely let them. But if someone wants to come here and make us live like them, in my opinion, we shouldn't let that happen. Right? We should just be like, and however that turns out, now, so I've got a question here. Now, this is a kind of question. So normally I ask it first, should whites be able to control their own countries? Because it's connected to how you feel about white people. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to ask it like this. Should white people, should Asian people, should black people, should Arab people, should Indian people, should Middle Eastern people, everybody other kind of people be able to control those respective nations?
I think, okay, so I guess it's a two-parter. I think everyone, whoever is best suited for the job should basically be able to do it. For Prime Minister, I think there's a Middle Eastern person that's suitable, that is able to make things better for the economy. And as far as just Canada itself goes, so be it. Usually the culture knows the most about the country and spend their lives in the country. that way, but it might like whoever fits the job, you know.
Now, I've got a caveat. This might put you in a comfortable spot.
Okay.
Now, you can say don't answer. Now, you're probably the most ballsy person I've interviewed so far.
I'm honest.
So, normally when I start that question, I'm like, should whites control their country? And everybody says, it should be Americans. I do it just for job. Now, when I say, I would ask you separately, should blacks control? Should Arabs control the country? What would you say? Just only focusing on the Arab countries, Indian countries, Asian countries, and other countries. Not white countries. Should they control their own countries? Should they have the right to manifest this?
Like in their own like
In their own respective countries, not here, but should they control their own countries? See, I see you thinking. That's where it gets a bit difficult for us. For us, that's where it gets difficult. Right?
Okay, well that's like, so to answer that, I mean, I don't really like, I'm not really too sure how because like it's like if I grew up.
No. Let's skip. We're skipping. So anyway, fucking child marriage.
Okay.
Maybe. So a lot of people, especially how am I gonna ask this? I'm not fucking anyone way. Child marriage.
Okay.
A lot of people coming here. They think child marriage is okay. Do you think and there's now political lower the age of consent? Do you think that Canada should lower the age of consent and allow child marriage?
Okay, so what is like the current age of like,
So,
like 16,
okay, so
like, to get, like, married?
18 is the age of consent, and then
Okay.
with parental consent, it can be lowered to 16. Now, there's groups that want to lower it further. And then there's actually some denominations that want to lower it further. But I'm not going to name religions. I'm not going to name other groups or denominations of groups. But I'm telling you, there's more than one religion.
Okay, so like, as I was kind of mentioning before, if you grow up and you're used to that, so like if I grew up getting beat all the time, I'm probably gonna be like more like used to that type of environment or whatever the case may be. So if they're growing up and they're like kind of like used to that, so like in Middle Eastern countries, typically I believe like I know there's a multiple wives thing. So like if they grow up and like it's typically younger, so be it. But I think to go into like a different country and then like have that entire country, their culture, like accept that, like
Push their own views on that.
yeah, kind of push their essentially culture. I think that's a little more like
Different.
I think it's off. Personally, when it comes to like the age thing, like I think a lot of parents probably shouldn't necessarily be parents, if that makes sense. So I mean, like I think they can feed their child a lot of wrong things. So just keep it to like 18. Once you're old enough to make your own decisions and vote, then you can,
I agree.
you know.
I agree with his decision. So DEI. Okay, no, it's never slavery. Now, in our country, normally slavery is wrong, but in a lot of people that are coming here in their religious beliefs, slavery is allowed and permissible, actually encouraged as a source of religion. Do you think Canada should change our views on slavery?
Personally, no, I don't think slavery is necessarily needed. I think a lot of the ways the government deals with certain things or use certain political issues to like as excuses to as like an economic thing or like to make money. I think that's a little I just lost my train of thought.
It's off him. Yeah, I agree.
But
No. Now, I'm going to go on what he said. I don't know where he was going, but I'm going to say personally, I don't think any country should change its view on slavery or things like that. based on people coming in. Personally, I'm not saying this is what he said. I'm saying I think slavery is bad. Now, I personally would love a few slaves. I mean, I freely admit that. It would be amazing for me to not have to do a fucking thing and to be able to do whatever I want. But it's wrong. I can see that my desires are wrong. Now, it doesn't make me not want them, but they're wrong. I don't want to be killed, but I might. These are conversations that need to happen.
Fair enough, maybe. So it goes.
Only in CCG. Okay, so now, have you heard about the Christian genocides going on in Nigeria, Sudan, Iran? They're going on in a lot of other countries, but at least our media has talked about Iran. Have you heard about what's going on in Nigeria?
A little bit, yeah. Through like other people, like I haven't necessarily researched myself, but like through word of mouth, yeah.
Have you seen the videos where some of the extremists are cutting off the heads of Christian martyrs and making the headless bodies?
I've seen something like decapitations. I'm not entirely sure as to like.
Yeah, you might not finish the video.
You know, but
you know what I mean? Like, yeah, I've seen the videos, but I haven't finished them.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's what happens with these religions when they come to compete. So, you guys need to decide what we're doing. It's not for this channel. Okay. So I guess we kind of touched on this, but in consent, do you think we should change?
I think it's fine now. I mean, obviously, like, if people are gonna do things, they're gonna do things. I mean, if you raise or put the age to like 12, it's not because 12-year-olds suddenly want to do a certain thing. It's just like their environment, like, kind of influences them.
And now, this is a very different question. Okay, so how do you have any thoughts on politics? Now, there's the one-party system, as we all know, which every party is the same cross-party, right? Liberals, conservatives, but there's a new party growing because of the mass immigration, which is called it's more of an exclusion. But they present a unified front, and it's hard to see. So, what are your thoughts on the parties? And if you have none, that's fine. Say that. And then the last and most important question is, what is
Okay. As far as politics go, I don't really have much to say on that. As far as like Canadian goes, I think it's someone who's like realistically like born here. I think it's more or less. I think Canada's a nationality. So I think someone who lives in Canada, that's what like the nationality is. I think like I'm Irish, Scottish, and British and whatnot, but my nationality is Canadian. So as far as like being Canadian goes, I think to just live in Canada and kind of like, you know, go to the schooling here, and like you live the majority of your life here, or at least the beginning years of your life. I say you're Canadian, you know. Yeah, like in my personal opinion.
Alright, hey. For CCG on the street, if you would like to say anything more, please do.
I got nothing.
Hey, no, thank you very much for coming.
No problem. No problem. Anytime. Ever see me on the street, holler.
Yeah, I definitely will. We definitely will.
Yeah, of course.
God bless you guys at home, and have a great day.